The 8:30 wave, you get outside of the pen thinking I'll take my time, you have a matter of seconds to go until you'll be moved into the 9 o'clock wave. So if you're part of the 8:30 wave, make your way into the start pen. We'll be having a briefing now, and in a couple of seconds we'll be doing the warm-up as well. So good morning everybody! That was awful, we'll try that again. You can turn your attention to the stage as long as you can hear me. That's a wonderful start, but let's just try it again. Good morning! Good morning! Lovely to have you all here. My name's Dave. It's my job to give you a quick safety briefing to ensure you have all the tools you need to have a safe challenge with us. Quick show of hands, who's doing their first ever face-to-face event? There's like 7 people in here, that's great news. You're going to have a wonderful time, it's brilliant, you'll love it. Who's doing their second or more? Do not tell them the truth, okay? Let them, they look optimistic. So look, there's a few things that might be different. There'll be a couple of things that will be specific to this event, so I'll run through them all. The lanyard around your neck will be scanned as you get to any rest stop. So if you see a rest stop, member of crew, just like Jill did here, will look to scan that and get you into the rest stop quickly, so have it somewhere handy. On the back of there are some telephone numbers. If you need them, give us a call, that is what they're there for. The signage today, this is what you're looking for. These pink arrows are for you. If you see these pointing in a direction, that's the direction you turn in. You'll sometimes see them facing forwards. That just means you're going in the right direction. There might be some red and yellow ones out there, but they are for a bike race and they're going to win. They've got bikes, okay? So stick to the pink ones. Think pink. These are hazard signs. If you see a hazard sign like this, that means there is a hazard of some sort. It could be a very busy road crossing. It might be a slippery surface, an angry farmer. It could be all sorts of reasons. If you see one of these, be alert to whatever is in the immediate area. You'll see kilometre signs at every kilometre, because that seemed like a good idea. Essentially, as you go around this, it won't be very long until you see something pink. If you haven't seen anything pink for a couple of days, there's a very good chance you're lost, okay? But in all seriousness, if you haven't seen anything for a little while, just check where you are, check your route card, maybe give us a call, make sure you are still on the right route. Now, as you get to any roads today, none of them will be closed, so cross where it is signed or marshalled to do so. If there is a marshal on a road crossing, it will be very obvious to be wearing high-vis. Please make sure that you cross where they are and when they say. Their sole purpose is to get you lot across the road safely. If we've deemed it's a very busy road and we need a marshal, that's their job. So just listen to them, and when they say it's safe to cross, that's when you cross. On the routes, if you walk on any roads today, single file, take your headphones out, be aware of the traffic around you. Obviously highway code will come in handy. I'm sure you all know that because you've all made it to the ages that you are now, and I'm sure you'll survive today if you just trust your instincts and be sensible when it comes to the roads. If you go through any gates into fields and it's left open, there's a good chance it should have been closed, but somebody has left it open by accident. So close gates behind you. Let's try and keep the animals in all the right places. At the rest stops, there's plenty of food and drink, so eat plenty, drink plenty, but more importantly, when you leave the rest stop, check how far the next rest stop is. It could be 10, 14 or 16 kilometres, so check how far it is and make sure you have enough water to cover that distance. Check you've got your lids on your bottles, make sure your bladders are all done up in the bags as well. The last thing you want to do is run out of water with 4 or 5 kilometres to go and you'll be quite isolated. I know it's not going to be a super hot day, but right now the sun is out and we're reminded that this is summertime and it is July. Although later on, I'm sure the sun will be a distant memory. Last few things, like I mentioned, if you go past any residential areas and it's late tonight or it's kind of early now, or we're past kind of really what is deemed as early, just be aware that those residents who live in those houses, I love what you're doing, our team love what you're doing, those residents could not give a monkeys about what you're doing, so just bear in mind to keep the noise down, otherwise we'll get loads of complaints and we won't be able to do this route again, so just be aware of the people around you. Talking, being aware of the people around you, there will be other people using the route today. It's not a private route, so there'll be runners, there'll be walkers, there'll be tourists, there'll be cyclists, there'll be people on horses. Just be aware that there are other people out there and it's not just for our challenge today. So I'm sure you'll bear that in mind, but just remember that in the back of your head. The route is not bulldozed flats, unfortunately. I wish we could. There are hills, there are natural trip hazards, all the things that you would have experienced and all the training that you've done in the last couple of days. So as you're looking for the arrows, don't forget to look where your feet are going as well, because we don't want to trip over something, especially as you get more tired. It's a lot harder to lift those legs and your groin doesn't work like it used to, so just be aware of all those sort of things as well. The last thing I'll point out is an important one for me. This is a beautiful part of the world. I spend a lot of time over here. You've picked it for a reason, so let's keep it as tidy as we find it. So anything that you eat or drink, if you can carry it full, I hear it's picking up. I tell you what, every way so far today, somebody out there's gone, I'm going to do this. We've got like a bit of stereo out there. If you can carry it full, you can carry it empty. It's a lot lighter once you've eaten or drunk it. So put the rubbish in your bag, put it in somebody else's hood, but please don't put it on the floor. Let's look after this place. We will happily take the rubbish from you, but don't leave it out there. Look, that's all the boring bits out the way. In about 4 minutes from now, you're going to be heading under that archway as you tackle the challenge that lies ahead. But before that, there's just enough time to get you stretched. Now, this is mainly a mental stretch, I will say, nothing too physical. So feel free to put your poles down if you want to. But we're going to welcome to the stage with a clap, a cheer, maybe even a woo, the most noise you can make, essentially, for the best